this time of the year when you have a bad 2-week stretch, you just don't have that much time to try to make amends and get yourself back in the playoff picture. So hardly any room for error right now for the Red Sox. Zach Plesac, who made his major league debut at Fenway Park, he will take the baseball, and he'll face Mookie Betts to start tonight's game. Right-hander against right-hander. Plesac works first base side of the rubber. The wind, the pitch, and it's in there, a strike. And we're underway at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. 78 degrees, our game time temp. Plesac's next offering, waved at. Good slider, and the count is quickly 0-2. Zach Plesac, 6'2", 200 pounds. And the right-hander, 24 years of age. Fastball curve, slider, change. The pitch, swing, and a drive to deep right field. Back goes Naquin on the track. At the wall, made the catch. There was no more room. But Tyler Naquin back up against the wall, pulls down the deep drive to right by the right fielder. And last year's American League MVP, Mookie Betts. Boy, did he give that a ride. And that's a pretty good indication that obviously the ball is going to carry tonight. And the Red Sox are a ball club, despite their record, that can really swing it. Here is another guy that's at the top of his game, the left-handed hitting third baseman, Rafael Devers. Here's the wind and the pitch to him, and it's downstairs the ball. Boston comes in with a record of 62-58. They're in third place in the East, 16 games behind the Yanks. But more importantly, they've pretty much played themselves out of the wild card. The pitch swung on, ripped to second, and a leaping grab by Kipnis. Well, you can't hit the ball any better than Boston has to start this game, and all they have to show for it, 2 men out, nobody on base, no score, first inning. And Xander Bogaerts. I mean, you look at the lineup and you go, how in the world are the Red Sox 4 games above 500, 16 games out of first place, and then all of a sudden out of the wild card picture as well? Well, it's not because of their offense. They just don't pitch very well. 2 down, no score. Here's Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop. The pitch to him, and it's in there, a called strike. Bogaerts batting .303, 25 bombs, 87 RBIs. Boston right now. Here is the windup. Here is the 0-1 pitch, and it's a little bit low. Boy, not by much. 1 ball, 1 strike. If you looked at the wild card picture, right now the Red Sox are 7.5 games out of the second and final wild card spot. 7.5 out. Now the 1-1. Check swing foul, 1-2. It's Greg Allen in left, Oscar Mercado in center, Tyler Naquin in right, Carlos Santana at first, Jason Kipnis at second, Frankie Lindor at short, Jose Ramirez at third, and Roberto Perez catching. Lance Barksdale, the home plate ump, John Bacon at first, crew chief Ted Barrett at second, John Tumpane at third. No score, the wind and pitch, and it's a tad high, 2-2. Plesac made his major league debut against these Red Sox on May 28th. Had to fight the rain and went 5 1/3 innings and gave up 1 run. It was an impressive debut. Now the windup by the rookie right-hander and the 2-2. And he got him to tap it foul. Third base side will do it again at 2-2. Plesac has been one of the best rookies in baseball. His record 6-3. His earned run average a tremendous .313. 13 major league starts, no complete games, but he goes 6 innings a start, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks per 9 innings. He deals, and the pitch hit a ton, deep right field. Naquin's back on the track at the wall, made the catch again, right in front of the wall. So, Zach.
TAM 1100.
Well, the Indians will face a very tough left-hander in Eduardo Rodriguez as we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. There is no score, and Rodriguez will make his first start against the Indians in 2019. In fact, he's only faced the Indians twice in the regular season in the past. 1-0, a 2.63 lifetime ERA against the Tribe. Rodriguez, 26 years of age, 6'2", 231. The lefty, mid to upper 90s fastball, slider, and a devastating change. Into the windup and the pitch to Frankie Lindor, batting right-handed, and he zings it in there, called strike. Francisco Lindor batting an even 300, 20 homers, 48 runs batted in. Into the motion, the next pitch, and it's outside, ball 1-1. Rodriguez has been one of the most consistent performers for the Red Sox this year, and they haven't had much of that, so especially pitching. He delivers a strike at the knees, 1-2. Rodriguez is fifth in the American League in wins. He comes in with a record of 13-5, earned run average 4.17. He works third base side of the rubber, the abbreviated delivery, and it's swung on, bouncing ball headed to the second baseman. Brock Holt will flip to first and get Lindor, and that is out number one. Rodriguez does not have a complete game. This is his 25th start, and he is averaging 6 innings per start. He averages 9 strikeouts, 3 walks per 9 innings. Now, like everybody, he gives up the home run ball, 20 so far this year. The one reason he is 13-5 with an ERA of over 4 is because when he pitches, Boston usually scores a boatload of runs. Here's Oscar Mercado. He's been scuffling the last 2 weeks, batting 178. Right-handed hitting center fielder, and he fists it foul to the right. Andrew Benintendi's in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right, Mitch Moreland at first, Brock Holt at second, Xander Bogaerts at short, Rafael Devers at third, and Christian Vasquez behind the plate. Now the 0-1, and it's a little high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Indians get Rodriguez tonight and fellow lefty Chris Sale tomorrow, and it's tough to face 2 left-handers of that status without Yasiel Puig. He will not play this series, serving his 3-game suspension for the brawl with Pittsburgh when he was with Cincinnati. The 1-1. Outside, it missed 2-1. Somehow it doesn't seem right. The Indians get punished, and Puig misses 3 games for something he did in somebody else's uniform. But that's how she goes. Now the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a weak chopper to the second baseman. Holt got a chin-high hop, and he'll throw Mercado out, 2 down. Carlos Santana will be the batter. Franmil Reyes will hit cleanup tonight. Who knows? Maybe he'll come out of it. Well, it's a muggy tonight, 78 degrees. It's not bad. But the Game Time Temp is brought to you by Perfect Power Wash. Perfect results are guaranteed. Visit perfectpowerwash.com and get that quote today. No score, first inning. Boston hit 3 rockets in the top of the inning. The Indians have hit 2 pretty routine bounce outs to second. Bottom line, no score. Now the wind and pitch to yesterday's hero, and it's a strike. Carlos Santana with that proved to be game-winning grand slam in the 10th inning in Minneapolis. Now hitting .282, 25 homers, 70 RBIs. And it sure looks like he's going to end up with the best season of his major league career here in 2019. The pitch, and it's in there, a strike. A little cut action on that fastball, 0-2. Carlos Santana. He's going to have a batting average that's right now 35 points above his career average. Plus, he still's going to walk 100 times. Takes downstairs a ball, 1-2. And you add that up with the power and the RBIs. Boy, Great acquisition getting him back in an Indians uniform. No score, first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. The wind and the 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Santana's best season homer-wise was with the Indians 5 years ago. He hit 27, and he has 25 now. His best season ever in runs batted in was 87 3 years ago with the Indians, and he has 70. The pitch, up and in, almost hit him. Full count. So Carlos Santana, at the age of 33, having a career year. Full count now. Santana is still third in the league in walks, third in the league in on-base percentage, along with all those power numbers. Now the payoff pitch. Ball 4, he missed, up and away. So Carlos Santana does what he always does, draws another walk. He has walked 85 times. He has struck out 74. In today's game, that makes him a rare exception. Here is Franmil Reyes. Now, he had been hitting in the bottom of the order to try to take some pressure off of him, but Tito was saying in his office tonight, look, we don't have many options with a left-hander on the mound and Yasiel Puig serving his 3-game suspension. And the Indians believe in this kid, and it's only a matter of time before he starts hitting bombs. Maybe that time is tonight. Rodriguez against Reyes, and time is called for some reason. And now the home plate umpire sweeping the plate briefly was Lance Barksdale. And now we're ready to get back at it. No score, Tribe with a base runner. 2 down. The pitch, and it's in there, called strike. Reyes has had 4 hits in 36 at-bats with the Indians. And again, the Indians just feel he's pressing, trying to do too much, swinging at too many pitches out of the strike zone. Now the 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball, deep right center. This ball's got a chance. There it is! Number 1 for Franmil Reyes. And the Indians have a 2-0 lead. And that young man probably feels like he just dropped about 400 pounds off his back. A towering blast to right center. And the Indians have a 2-0 lead. And this young man, so well liked, not only in Cleveland, but in San Diego in the clubhouse, gets some kind of greeting in that third base dugout. Now the wind and pitch to Jose Ramirez. It's in there, a strike, and isn't that baseball in a nutshell? You drop him in the lineup to take the pressure off of him. Tonight you hit him cleanup because of Puig's suspension. The pitch, a changeup away, waved at 0-2, and so what does he do? He crushes his first home run in an Indians uniform, and that's number 28 on the year for Franmil Reyes. Now the wind and the pitch, and it's down and in. 1-2 the count. Look out now, folks, because Reyes is like all good power hitters. They hit him in bunches. The left-hander's pitch, a swing and a miss, tied him up with a slider in on the hands. So Boston had second inning, Indians 2, and the Red Sox nothing. J.D. Martinez, the DH, he can opt out of his contract at the end of this year. Well, that's going to be an interesting decision, as I wonder what he'd get on the open market. Man, has he been good in 2 years with the Red Sox. The pitch to him, and he takes its downstairs, ball 1. J.D. Martinez, his second year with Boston, and it's another monster year. He's hitting .308. That's 5th in the league. his 27 homers, 7th in the league, and he's knocked in 71. The pitch to him, and he waves at a slider, and the count of 1-1. Again, I'm no GM, so what the heck would I know? But I don't know how you can give players long-term contracts, guaranteed. You take on all the risk. Oh, yeah, and by the way, you give them an out clause after 2 years if they want to go out and get more money. The 1-1 swung on, bang by Ramirez at third into left field, a base hit, and an 11-game hitting streak for J.D. Martinez. It sure seems like the club takes on all the risk and the player gets all the reward. I think, Rosie, the one thing about Bryce Harper, whether you agree with the money he got or not, bottom line is he said, I don't want an out clause. I want to be here and show Philly I'm here for the long haul. I thought that was really impressive.
Refreshing. You don't hear that too much. Martinez would be leaving $62 million over 3 years on the table if he opts out.
Can't imagine he wouldn't get it. Here is Andrew Benintendi. Boy, he socks one to deep left field. On the run is Allen. He's on the track looking up. It's off the wall. Ball kicks back toward left center. J.D. Martinez can score all the way from first. Lindor's relay to the plate. Slide, tag, ball is free. And safe is Martinez and Benintendi with a double. Well, J.D. Martinez may have been out at the plate if catcher Roberto Perez could have hung on to the relay throw by shortstop Frankie Lindor. So Andrew Benintendi hits one off the wall and left for an RBI double. And this guy now with 35 doubles and now 61 RBIs. And right now Zach Plesac has faced 5 Red Sox hitters and he hasn't fooled anybody. He gave up 3 balls that became outs in the first inning that were absolutely hammered. And this inning, a single and a double, and the Indians need Plesac to find it and find it quickly. Again, this Red Sox club is having a bad year, but boy, can they swing it. Here is catcher Christian Vasquez. He's hitting .281, 18 homers, 52 RBIs. He takes the swing and pops it up. Foul, first base side, near the Red Sox dugout. Carlos Santana reaches over the railing by the photo bay area and makes the catch, and that's a big first out. And it keeps that runner at second base, and now Mitch Moreland will bat. The bottom third of Alex Cora's lineup, all left-handed. Boston comes in here. They're outscoring the Minnesota Twins. That's how good they've been. They're second in the league in runs scored at almost 6 a game. They're second in the league with a .273 team batting average. They lead the league in doubles. They're fourth in the league in homers. They're second in the league in walks. And oh, by the way, they're 8th in the league in steals. Here's Mitch Moreland. He waves at a good changeup, and that's what Plesac's going to have to start doing, changing speeds and get these Red Sox hitters off the fastball. Moreland, a .227 hitter, 14 homers, 41 RBIs. Tribe with a 2-1 lead. Tying run at second, 1 out in the second. Indians with 3 on the right side of the infield. The set, the pitch, and it's downstairs. Ball 1, 1-1. To get your best deal on any new or used car, go to Sunnyside Toyota and see Mike Kuva, the outstanding general manager of Sunnyside Toyota in North Olmsted. Check out all of their inventory and current specials online at sunnysidetoyota.com. Now the 1-1, a swing and a topper to the right of the mound, grabbed by Plesac. He looked to the runner going to third, kept running to first, flips it then to Santana to get Moreland. Benintendi to third, 2 down. Now Brock Holt, left-handed hitting second baseman. He's batting .316 with a homer, 20 RBIs. The Red Sox are, again, a lineup much like New York, much like Minnesota. There's not one weak link. There's no point in this lineup where you as a pitcher can take a deep breath and go, okay, now I can get through this pretty labor-free. Here's the set and pitch. Holt taking down and away, ball one. Zach Plesac made his major league debut on a rainy night at Fenway, handled the elements and handled the Red Sox, giving up a run in 5 1/3. Now the set, now the pitch, a swing and a topper, headed towards second. Chin high hop handled by Kipnis, throws him out, and Plesac settled down. Boy, the thing too is he's only made 20. Well, the Indians and the Boston Red Sox, this could be a doozy. This is kind of a pickup of the May series when each team averaged 9 runs a game. And the Indians took 2 out of 3. Roberto Perez, Jason Kipnis, Greg Allen, as they'll be the hitters, 6, 7, and 8 in inning number 2 against Eduardo Rodriguez. Roberto Perez, a .225 hitter, 19 homers, 46 RBIs. Having a career year himself. Rodriguez into the windup and his first delivery and a check swing, strike called. Power Home Solar is the official solar provider of the Tribe, building a movement. Visit powerhome.com or text solar 411-411. Power Home Solar, own your power. Now the wind, now the 0-1. Swing and a miss, high heat, 0-2. Roberto Perez, .225 hitter, 19 homers, 46 RBIs. Now the 0-2. Down low, a breaking ball, 1-2. Eduardo Rodriguez. He was involved in the Andrew Miller trade. Pretty good deal for Boston. The pitch. Up high, called a strike anyway. Second strikeout for Rodriguez. Perez out looking. Andrew Miller had pitched for the Red Sox. In fact, he was there at the tail end of Terry Francona's tenure with the Red Sox, and it was Tito that had convinced Andrew Miller, hey, look, your future could be really good in the bullpen. Andrew had always been a starter, wanted to be a starter, but it hadn't worked out. And Tito helped convince Andrew Miller to go to the bullpen, go fastball slider. Jason Kipnis takes down and in, and, well, the rest is history, but it all started for Andrew Miller in Boston. They then traded him to Baltimore in one of those deadline deals when Baltimore was in the playoff hunt. The 1-0, and it's in there, 1-1. And Baltimore was really getting a rental. Andrew Miller was a rental, and they gave up, did Baltimore, their best young pitching prospect named Eduardo Rodriguez. Kipnis swings, bounces one toward first, fair ball, knocked down behind the bag, rolls into foul ground, base hit. Moreland knocked it down in foul ground, but then had to go retrieve it, and Kipnis hustling down the line as an infield hit, but Moreland kept that from being extra bases. So Andrew Miller goes and he pitches for Baltimore down the stretch in 2014. Rodriguez becomes one of those highly touted prospects that Boston was building its future on. Andrew Miller then helps Baltimore get to the playoffs in 14, becomes a free agent, signs the 4-year deal with the Yankees, pitches for the Yankees in 15, and then Andrew Miller is traded to the Indians in 16 in the middle of that 4-year deal. Here's Greg Allen batting right-handed. The pitch, and it's a strike. Baltimore's obviously bottomed out, and Boston's the recipient of one of those prospects that turned out to be as good as advertised. Eduardo Rodriguez, 13-5. Tribe leading 2-1. Runner on, 1 out, second inning. The set, the pitch, a swing and a cue shot foul to the right, 0-2. And that's not to criticize Baltimore. They were going for it, and that's what you do when you're going for it. Miller helped them, but they didn't get to the promised land.
And I think we saw it a lot of this year's trade deadline, Tom. Teams weren't willing to give up prospects.
Nope.
So if you say you're going for it, you got to give something up.
Yeah.
And they did. And it worked out for both sides.
Now the set by Rodriguez. The 0-2 pitch to Allen. And he taps one toward third. Could be two. Devers to second, one. But boy, Devers kind of took a little extra time to get rid of it. Throw was a little bit high, and the ball wasn't hit hard enough. So Holt at second said, you know what, I'm not chancing it. So Kipnis forced at second for the second out. Allen on with the fielder's choice. 2 men out, and the number 9 hitter, Tyler Naquin. Naquin, he's been scuffling 3 for his last 28. Dollar Dogs tomorrow night when the Indians and Red Sox play. And you can still get good seats at Indians.com or use the ballpark app. Tribe and Red Sox, 2-1 Cleveland. Second inning. The set and the lefty's pitch, and the left-handed hitter looks at a strike. Tyler Naquin batting .279, 10 homers, 32 runs batted in. Rodriguez works on that third base side of the rubber, having the best season of his career, finally healthy. He delivers upstairs 1-1. He had knee issues in 2016 and 17. And then last year, he was 13-5. Same record he has now, but he has that record now with over 6 weeks to play, closer to 7. Now the 1-1 to Naquin. Downstairs and wide, 2-1. And he had some injury issues again last year. He had knee surgery that cost him the first week of the season last year, and then sprained an ankle that cost him 6 weeks last summer. He's just had a hard time staying healthy until 2019. But again, he's still young, 26 years of age. Now the 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3, 3-1. The problem for Boston has been they don't have enough Eduardo Rodriguez's. Their starting pitching has been abysmal. And it's why they're in the boat that they're in. Red Sox starters have a combined ERA of 5.08. Indian starters, 3.87. Now the 3-1. Upstairs, he walked him on a check swing. Think of that. The Indians starters, third in the league. Only Tampa Bay and Houston have rotations with lower ERAs. The Indians have done that without Kluber, Carrasco, and for much of the year, Clevenger. And yet, Boston's starters have an earned run average of over 5, and the Indians with a 3.87 rotation ERA. And one of those guys that could be back at some point this month. And it would be like making a trade that, well, you simply can't make anymore, and that'd be Corey Kluber. He'll make his second rehab start with Akron tomorrow night. And he'll be at around 65 pitches tomorrow night. Top of the order, here's Frankie Lindor. The pitch, and he swings and misses strike one. Dan Otero and Tyler Olson will also pitch tomorrow night in Akron. They may have a bigger crowd in Akron tomorrow night than we have here. Fans down there are going to say, hey, Kluber, Olson, Otero, how about that? Now the set. Now the 0-1 to Lindor. A swing and a foul down the right side, 0-2. Yeah, they do a great job down there. The Indians Double-A ball club in Akron, and that new ownership has been phenomenal. You hear nothing but great things about the job that they have been doing down there. And that'll be neat for them to have Corey Kluber starting tomorrow night's game for Akron. It'll be even neater when Corey Kluber's back starting for the Tribe. 2-1 Indians, 2 outs, 2 on, bottom of the second, and the 2-strike pitch to Lindor. A swing and a foul, third base side, into the Indians' dugout, and we will do it again at 0-2. Bradley Zimmer has been DHing in summer league games down in Goodyear, Arizona, where it's 5,000 degrees now. And Terry Francona said on the pregame show tonight that they hope in about a week's time that maybe they can get Bradley Zimmer to one of the minor league affiliates. Now the 2-strike pitch, swung on, grounded to short. Bogaerts will go to second and get the inning-ending force. So the Indians threaten but can't.
License plate. The best team coverage of Browns training camp is on WTAM 1100.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to lead it off. He's hitting ninth for the Red Sox, and he'll face the Indians' right-hander, Zach Plesac. Indians with a 2-1 lead. Plesac hasn't struck anybody out, hasn't walked anybody. First 5 hitters hit it hard, and then the Indians made an adjustment to the Red Sox approach. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr., and he takes down and away ball 1. Now the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, grounded to first. At the line behind the bag, fielded by Santana. He'll make the play himself. That was a changeup. We have one of our listeners out there who's a catcher by trade. Said you could see the adjustment Roberto Perez and Zach Plesac made. The Red Sox were hunting the fastball early and looking away and driving it. So the Indians changed up, and we've seen more changeups and off speed early in the count from Plesac to offset that. Here's Mookie Betts, a leadoff hitter, drove one to the wall and right his first time up, and he takes a ball down and away. Tribe with a 2-1 lead. Plesac into the motion and the pitch. A swing and a miss, went slider. One of the things Plesac will have to do against this lineup too is you have got to work in on these hitters and not let them just try to drive pitches the other way, because boy can they. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? Yep. First base up. John Bacon rings it up. It's now 1-2 count on Betts. Mookie Betts, the MVP of the American League last summer. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go again? Appeal. Yep. John Bacon says bacon for every meal. And strikeout number 1 for Zach Plesac. Got him to chase the slider, and Mookie Betts thought he can't do it to me twice, but the replay indicated he certainly went around both times.
Well, and you mentioned these adjustments by Plesac. That's been most impressive since he came up. For a young pitcher, sometimes that's the last thing they're able to do, in-game adjustments, but he is awfully strong at it.
Rafael Devers taps the first pitch foul. There's another first pitch changeup. So they've gotten away from just first pitch fastballs, and it's working. Lyft has thousands of friendly qualified drivers that know the city, and they want to get you to and from the game worry-free. No matter where you're going, there's a Lyft waiting to take you there. The 0-1, and it's a little bit high with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Indians on top of the Red Sox, 2-1 in the third. Now the windup, now the 1-1. A swing and a ground ball towards the shortstop hole. Diving attempt by Lindor, but no chance. And Devers, who lined out to second his first time up, bangs a single through the left side into left center. That'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. He hit one to the wall and right his first time up. Bogaerts, boy, you look at the top 5 in this lineup, they match up with anybody. Betts, Devers, Bogaerts, Martinez, Benintendi. 2-1 Tribe. Red Sox batting, a runner on. 2 down. And this is a guy that just doesn't get a lot of pub, but boy, is he good. Right-handed hitting shortstop Xander Bogaerts, the pitch, and it's in there, a strike. And he did something that a player almost never does. He's a client of Scott Boras, and he said, get it done. I'm staying in Boston. I'll leave money on the table to stay there. And they worked out a 6-year contract worth $120 million. Now the set. Now the 0-1 pitch. Up and in. 1-1. And you could say, well, he's getting $20 million a year for the next 6 years. Well, if he goes on the open market, he gets more than that. But he's happy. Loves playing at Fenway, playing in Boston, and that's refreshing. Obviously, he's not going to anybody's poorhouse anytime soon, but he wanted to stay and left money on the table. The pitch, just a little bit low, 2-1 the count. Now, Boston's got some tough calls coming up. Mookie Betts, what do you do with him? Do you potentially trade him? He and Frankie Lindor, free agents. No, not Frankie Lindor. Trevor Bauer and Mookie Betts, free agents next year. When you think of two big names that'll be free agents. Now the set. Now the 2-1 pitch. And Bogaerts waves at it, 2-2. What is Mookie Betts going to get on the open market? And it looks like Mookie Betts wants to go out on the open market.
Yeah, he has not really made any indication that he'd like to stay, and it doesn't sound like there have been really substantive talks.
In fact, there have been rumors. Does he get traded? Rather than let him walk after 2020.
That'd be some kind of blockbuster, wouldn't it, if he's involved?
Now the set. Now the 2-2 pitch to Bogaerts. Down and away. Slider missed. Full count. Now, Boston's got a $240 million payroll. That tells you how good Chris Antonetti and Mike Chernoff are. The Indians' payroll is half the Red Sox payroll. And the Indians, 71 wins to Boston's 62. Traveling time now for Devers at first. 2 down. Tribe up 2-1 in the third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the off speed. And by no means.
Now be heard on 106.9 FM.
Oscar Mercado grounded out his first time up. Tribe 2. Red Sox 1. Bottom of the third. Mercado hitting second. The lefty Eduardo Rodriguez delivering. A breaking ball is in there for a called strike on the slider. Well, it's time for the Liberty Ford Grand Slam giveaway inning. Tonight's contestant, Jerry Johnson from Bedford. Now the 0-1 pitch. Outside a ball. Changeup missed, 1-1. If the Indians hit a grand slam here in the third, Jerry Johnson from Bedford will win the Ford Mustang convertible from Liberty Ford. Sign up at libertyford.com. Rodriguez gave up his 21st homer in the first. Franmil Reyes got his first as an Indian, a towering 2-run homer to right center. Indians lead 2-1. The pitch. Mercado hits a weak bouncer to the first baseman. Moreland charges even with the bag, fields it, steps on the bag for the out. Boy, Mercado's just kind of caught in between right now. That'll bring up Carlos Santana. Walked and scored his first time up. The Boston Red Sox, they have won 3 straight division titles themselves, plus the World Series. They and the Indians, 3-time back-to-back division champs. The pitch, a strike to Santana. It's amazing, and I don't know, I guess it's Boston. Not certain why, but suddenly the Boston Globe and Boston Herald writing stories about the future of Dave Dombrowski. The pitch swung on, banged foul, third base side. So he's become the GM and all he's done is win 3 straight division titles and a World Series with arguably, at least they were saying it last year, the best ball club in Boston Red Sox history a year ago. And now his job's in jeopardy, according to those 2 papers. Here's the wind in 0-2. A swing and a high bouncer to third, charged by Devers. He'll glove it. He'll throw on the run. Not in time. Bang, bang play. We'll see if the Red Sox challenge it. Dave Dombrowski has 1 year left on his contract. How on earth could anybody be questioning whether or not he's going to stay the architect of the Red Sox after what he has done, and that coming on the heels of that season a year ago?
And Tom, you boil it down this season, they just haven't gotten the years from their starting pitchers that they normally would, from Sale, Price, Porcello. They've had bad years all at the same time. The only pitcher in their starting rotation who's really had a normal year or a decent year is the guy out there tonight.
Here's Franmil Reyes. There will be no challenge. He got his first Indians home run. A mammoth blast to right center in the first. Tribe up 2-1 on that 2-run homer. He swings and bangs a single in the hole and into left. Boy, is that a nice at-bat right there. He didn't try to hit another homer. He just ripped the base hit to left. Franmil Reyes was 4 for 36 since joining the Indians. And tonight he has 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. And the Indians have runners at first and second. There's 1 out, and Jose Ramirez, the batter, struck out his first time up. Well, I guess that's Boston. Terry Francona wins 2 World Series, gets fired. John Farrell manages a team to a World Series, gets fired.
Tough baseball town.
Gee whiz. Tough ownership. Jose Ramirez, batting right-handed. Tribe up 2-1, third inning, 2 on, 1 out. The set, the pitch, and it's down low, a ball.
Well, when Tito had won one, though, they had just won one. A million years prior. My goodness.
Yeah, they're spoiled. That whole city is. The 1-0 pitch, and it's a strike, 1-1. When we were at Fenway at the end of May, what was it? The Stanley Cup Finals were going on. Boston Bruins were in the Stanley Cup Finals. They eventually lost to St. Louis. Now the set and the 1-1. Down at the knees, a strike, 1-2. Since Terry Francona had won that World Series, Boston had 12 parades, either for NBA, NHL, NFL, or Major League Baseball titles. 12! Here is the 1-2 pitch to Ramirez. Check swing, high fastball. Did he go? 2-2 the count. He didn't go. Red Sox not happy with the check swing calls here in the early going. So we know what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick have done. I mean, what they've done, 9 Super Bowls they've been in the last 18 years?
Remarkable. Never to be equaled, I don't think.
And the Red Sox have won 4 World Series in that same time span?
And the Celtics had won a title in that time span, too.
As well as the Bruins. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Now the set, now the 2-2 to Ramirez. A swing and a drive to deep left field. Away back, gone to the home run porch. Jose Ramirez hits number 17. And the Indians have a 5-1 lead. And he pounded that baby deep onto the home run porch in left. Ramirez, 17 homers, 67 runs batted in. And the Indians, with 2 long balls tonight, have scored 5 runs. And the Boston pitching woes continue. Here's Roberto Perez, struck out his first time up. The wind, the pitch, a swing, and a foul tip, strike 1. Boston traded for Andrew Cashner from Baltimore. He was having arguably a career year for Baltimore. Since Boston got him, Cashner's ERA is over 8. Rick Porcello has the highest earned run average in the major leagues at 567. David Price has been inconsistent, and the guy that's been good, the Indians are rocking right now, Eduardo Rodriguez. That pitch outside, a ball 1-1. And again, it goes back, not to just harp on this, but what the Indians have done without Kluber, Carrasco, and Clevenger much of the year, what their young pitchers out of the system have done. The 1-1. Swung on, grounded toward third, fielded by Devers. He'll throw Perez out. You can't win without good starting pitching. You can't have 2 good starters and then the next 3 nights get crushed. And with the incredible pitching depth of this organization has enabled the Indians to do, maybe is magnified even more when you see the big names for Boston not doing it.
Well, there's no question about that. And it's remarkable, Tom, because remember, coming out of spring training, you're kind of concerned about that starting pitching depth.
You're right.
But it seemingly has come out of nowhere in the system.
Here's Jason Kipnis. Infield hit his first time up. It's low, a ball. Little did we know the Indians' pitching depth was in Akron when we left spring training.
Well, remember, Pletko had the elbow issue,
Yep.
and Rodriguez, we weren't really sure what was going on there yet.
The 1-0 pitch backed them off the plate, 2-0.
So next year, should we look at what's at Lake County to start the year?
Yeah. Well, and the guy you thought was going to be a guy that would help you this year hasn't pitched all year, and Tristan McKenzie, who had been their top pitching prospect. Now the 2-0 pitch, swung on, a bouncing ball foul first base side, 2-1. And little did we know that Danny Salazar would be of no usage again. I mean, his one outing is in all likelihood the last time we'll ever see Danny Salazar in an Indians uniform. So the guys you thought could help, Salazar, McKenzie, they've been certainly not a part of it. Now, again, kudos to the development people, the scouts, the analytics, you name it. The 2-1, swing and a foul right side, 2-2. And Aaron Savali is right in Boston's backyard at Northeastern University, and the Indians got him in the 3rd round 3 years ago. Savali could help the Red Sox right now, couldn't he? To say nothing about Plesac and Bieber. Tribe up 5-1, 3rd inning. 2 down, bases empty. The wind and 2-2. Swing and a foul off to the right, still 2-2.
And the Red Sox saw him pitch in spring training. How about this one? Pete Abraham from the Boston Globe was telling me Savali pitched for Northeastern. They have an exhibition game against the Red Sox in Florida. He faced them.
Wow.
And performed well, but wasn't regarded as a high prospect.
How about that? Now the 2-2. Down and in, full count. So now you're going to drop names on us. Okay, any other Boston media celebrities you were hanging with instead of Steffi and I tonight?
Well, it's funny because he was looking for Aaron Savali. I don't know what he looks like, so I was just trying to help.
Yeah. Next thing we're going to hear, you're vacationing in Cape Cod. Payoff. Ball 4, he missed outside. How about this inning? Rodriguez has walked his 3rd, but more importantly, and the Red Sox bullpen is not good at all. That bullpen could get taxed early as the pitching coach, Dana Lavangi, heads to the mound because Rodriguez is at 61 pitches, and we're only in the 3rd. The Indians lead 5-1. Well, Stephanie and I talked to the ESPN folks because one of the great play-by-play guys in our business, baseball or basketball, John Shambi, doing the ball game tonight for ESPN along with Tim Kirkchin and a guy that played here briefly, but anybody that ever met him thinks of themselves as friends for life. Eduardo Perez, one of the great guys that you'll ever meet in any walk of life. So Stephanie and I were rubbing shoulders with the mothership. Here is Greg Allen batting right-handed, 0 for 1. The pitch is outside, and we're rubbing shoulders with the Colorado Rockies' outstanding Midwest area scout, Eddie Santa, in the house tonight, doing a little pro coverage.
All right, you win.
No, you go have your chata. Go to Harvard and beat up some smart guys. There's a check swing by Allen. Pitch is low, 2-0.
How do you like them apples?
Eddie had great stories about the Indians' outstanding scout in this area, Bob Mayer.
Oh, no.
Can't tell any of them on the air because Rosie and I need to keep our jobs. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Allen swings, grounds one up the middle. The second baseman, Holt, flips. Nope, instead he decides to run to the bag himself and get the force at second to end the inning. But what an inning for the Indians.
Well, we head to the fourth inning here at Progressive Field with the Indians leading the Red Sox by a score of 5-1. J.D. Martinez will lead things off against Zach Plesac, working with a lead now. And after allowing several hard-hit balls early, he has settled down nicely. Still in that tough part of the Boston lineup, which is most of it, really. Here's the pitch to Martinez, and it's a fastball up for ball one. J.D. Martinez singled his first time up, extending his hit streak to 11 games, hitting at a .450 clip during that time. One of the best hitters in baseball all around. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and he drives it high in the air, foul down the right side, and out of play. And that's the sweet spot for Martinez. So much of his power is to the opposite field, right, center, and right. Had the big years with the Tigers and signed with the Red Sox prior to last season. Here comes the 1-1 from Plesac. Breaking pitch up and in. Ball two. 2-1 the count on J.D. Martinez. He'll be followed by Andrew Benintendi and then Christian Vasquez. And the top half of the fourth inning. Good lively crowd on this Monday night in downtown Cleveland. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 70s, the 2-1, and there's a high fly ball to deep left field, way on out of here, into the bleachers. Home run, Martinez. Number 28 on the season for J.D. Martinez. And the Red Sox are back on the scoreboard. It's now the Tribe 5, Boston 2. Yeah, Tom mentioned earlier it was a slugfest series in Boston coming out of Memorial Day as the teams combined to average 9 runs a game in that series, so no lead was safe then. And the Red Sox now trying to do some damage against Plesac, who allows the home run to Martinez. Andrew Benintendi steps in. RBI double the first time up. Takes a pitch outside for ball one. Benintendi now is 61 runs driven in on the season. Really swinging a hot bat of late. The 1-0. Fastball outside. 2-0. Benintendi last 20 games hitting at a .386 clip. Took him a while this season to get rolling at the plate. The 2-0 swung on, a chopper foul outside of first base. 2-1 the count on Benintendi. Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton at Progressive Field, downtown Cleveland. Stephanie Hagel, our on-site engineer, here in the booth. Brian Matze back at Command Center. The 2-1, outside and high, ball three. Great to be home for just a short while. Just tomorrow night and Wednesday afternoon, then it is on the road again to New York. Now the 3-1. Fastball up high, ball four. He lost him. Benintendi draws the walk. That's the first allowed by Plesac tonight. Nobody out in the inning. And here comes Christian Vasquez, who popped out to the first baseman, Carlos Santana, in foul ground his first time up. Visit your Northern Ohio Buick and GMC dealers. They still have those exceptional offers on all 2019 models. Here's Vasquez, right-handed hitting catcher, having a career year. Personal best in home runs and runs driven in already. Here's the pitch to him. Up high, ball one. And Roberto Perez is going to walk the baseball out to the mound. And when he gets there, Carl Willis, the pitching coach, will join him. As apparently they have detected something with Zach Plesac that they want to talk about here after Plesac allowed the home run to Martinez and then walked the next hitter, Benintendi. Indians baseball is brought to you in part by Everstream, Cleveland's business fiber network. Whether it's Ethernet, high-speed internet, dark fiber, or data storage, Everstream has a solution for all of your data needs. For more information, go to everstream.net. Well, good news on the injury front. Corey Kluber is back at it tomorrow night down in Akron. He'll make his second start on this rehab assignment. He's been out since May the 1st when he was struck on the right arm by a line drive. Sustained a broken bone in that forearm down in Miami. But Klubes is on the way back, and start number 2 on the rehab assignment tomorrow night. He'll be followed by Dan Otero, and then Tyler Olson will also pitch down there as well. So 3 of the Indians who are on the injured list in action tomorrow night for Akron. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, and that's popped up high in the air, foul down the right side, and that'll reach the seats deep down the right field line. So it's 1-1 on Christian Vasquez. Other entries for the Tribe. Bradley Zimmer was the designated hitter yesterday out in Arizona. By the end of the week, expected to be able to play in the outfield in the Summer League, and then they'll reevaluate and try and move him up to a higher level of the minor league system as his rehab assignment has officially begun. 1-1 the count. The set and the pitch. Swung on, slapped foul over to the Red Sox dugout on the first base side. Now it's 1-2. Other injuries for the Indians. Jordan Luplow, right hamstring, still on the injured list. A.J. Cole with that shoulder impingement, also on the injured list, along with Jeffrey Rodriguez, who continues his comeback attempts. And Carlos Carrasco, of course, battling the leukemia, but out there throwing the baseball again today. A good game of catch for him, and remains to be seen if he'll be able to help the Indians this season. They just want to see him get better. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, driven foul into the upper deck on that first base side. That's the most important thing right now for him. On the Red Sox side of things, Dustin Pedroia, left knee surgery. He has missed just about the entire season. David Price with a wrist issue. He's on the injured list. Steve Pearce, the World Series MVP, a left knee problem. He's on the IL. Now the 1-2 pitch to Vasquez. Just a little bit low and outside. Trying to sneak that changeup on the outside corner. Just missed with it. 2-2 the count. Our injury report presented by the lawyers at Elk & Elk, a proud partner of the Indians. For a team of injury lawyers who protect every client every day, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Nobody out, runner at first. 5-2, Tribe in front. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a tapper back to the mound. Plesac to second for one. Lindor to first. Double play! Close play at first base. Vasquez out by an eyelash to complete the double play. 2 down, bases empty. Plesac, he turned to throw that ball to second, and, well, he was kind of falling off the side of the mound there, so that was not an easy play. But he threw a strike to Lindor, and then Lindor with a big arm rifled it over to first to complete the double play. 2 down, bases empty. Mitch Moreland, the batter. Moreland bounced back to the mound his first time up. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit left center. Over to the gap to cut it off is Mercado, and he will hold Moreland to a long single. Second hit in the inning for the Red Sox. J.D. Martinez homered to start the inning. So far, that's been the lone run in the inning, with the Indians leading 5-2 here in the fourth. Brock Holt will step in. He bounced to second his first time up. Another of the hot hitters for the Red Sox. Last 25 games hitting at a .333 clip. Had some injury issues early in this season. Healthy now. Here's the pitch. And it's bounced in there. Pops free on Perez and gets away. And that allows Moreland to move up to second base. That'll be a wild pitch on Plesac. That ball bouncing in front of Perez, and then it kicked away to the first base side of home plate. So a runner in scoring position for Holt, who since returning from injury is hitting .382 with men in scoring position. So this is right up his alley. Trying to drive in another run here, and Plesac trying to get into the dugout with no more damage. The 1-0. And that's in there for a strike. Went with the change again. Left it up a little bit that time. But Holt took it, and the count's 1-1. Indians, 5 runs on 5 base hits. Red Sox, 2 runs on 5 hits. Both teams playing errorless baseball. Here's the 1-1. Low and outside, and the count's now 2-1 on Holt. Zach Plesac coming off a no decision his last time out, despite 6 scoreless innings against Texas. That was the game the Indians won late on a 2-run home run by Jose Ramirez last Wednesday here. The 2-1, down low, ball 3. Waiting on deck, Jackie Bradley Jr. Plesac with a 3-1 count here on Holt. Moreland, the base runner at second. 2 away. Outfield plays Holt to pull just slightly. Mercado shading him over to right center. A look out towards second and a spin, but no throw by Plesac, who has the 5 pickoffs in the big leagues since joining this ball club in late May. 4 others in the minor leagues at the start of the year. So if he makes a motion toward the base, if you're the base runner, you better get back. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2 call. So a 3-2 count now on Brock Holt. About as versatile a utility type player that you can get. He sees a lot more than utility player time, and the bulk of his time this year has been at second base. Plesac steps off again, trying to keep Moreland close out there at second. Moreland not a big threat to steal, but you want to try and keep him close in case there's a base hit. Maybe you can end up with a play at the plate. Now Plesac's ready. The right-hander sets at the belt. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit left center. It's headed toward the alley, cut off in the gap by Mercado. Moreland has scored. The throw goes to second. Holt slides in head first with a double. And the Red Sox have cut the Indians' lead to 2. It's now the Tribe 5, Boston 3. A good battle by Brock Holt as the count went full on him. And he served one into left center. A pair of opposite field base hits back-to-back by the Red Sox. And now Jackie Bradley Jr. steps in. Bradley bounced to first his first time up. Having as tough a season as he's had since his rookie year at the plate. Came in batting just .218. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch to him. Down low, ball 1. The home run by Martinez got it started this inning. Now the 2-out RBI double by Holt has made it a 5-3 ball game. Tribe still in front, but Boston still working on it here in the fourth. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-1 to count on Bradley. Tribe Baseball is always live with MLB At Bat. You can follow the action with game tracking, live radio, and much more. It's your number one app for Indians baseball. That's MLB At Bat. Now the 1-1. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman, Kipnis. He's up with it, throws on to first in time for the out. And the side is retired, but Boston scores twice, and we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Traffic and weather on the 10s, mornings and afternoons on News Radio WTAM 1100.
We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning with the Tribe leading by a score of 5-3. Tyler Naquin will lead things off for the Indians. Walked his first time up. Boy, so many key plays in the late innings in yesterday's 10-inning win for the Tribe in Minneapolis, and not the least of which, the play off the wall by Naquin to start a relay throw home that preserved the tie and gave the Indians a chance to win that game in 10. I mean, a bare hand grab, and he threw a perfect strike to Francisco Lindor, who then fired it home to Kevin Plawecki. And they got the out at the plate on what would have been the winning run. Here's the pitch to Naquin on the outside corner for a strike. And Tyler was saying after the game, that's why you work on that in spring training. And it came into play yesterday. It may only come into play once or twice a season, but it sure was worth it yesterday. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, foul back, and out of play. So it's 0-2 on Tyler Naquin. Number 9 hitter tonight for the Indians. Francisco Lindor to follow, then Oscar Mercado for the Tribe against Eduardo Rodriguez for the Red Sox. The lefty having a fine season at 13-5 coming in. He's into the windup, and here comes his 0-2. Swung on, lined right side, base hit on through into right field. Tyler Naquin's aboard with a leadoff single. Sharply hit into right. Now back to the top of the lineup for Francisco Lindor. So far, Lindor 0 for 2. He's bounced to second and grounded into a fielder's choice. Switch hitter in from the right side. Lindor having much more success as a left-handed batter this season. Higher average by 58 points. A lot more home runs and runs driven in because he hits from that left side a lot more. In there from the right side here, the pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. Oh, he had a good cut. And it's 0-1 on Francisco Lindor. Indians and Red Sox meeting for the fourth time this season. Indians took 2 out of 3 at Fenway Park in Boston coming out of Memorial Day. The Red Sox trying to get back in the hunt in terms of the wild card, but they have an uphill climb. Indians battling for the division lead with the Twins. The 0-1 swung on, foul back, and it counts now 0-2 on Lindor. Problem for the Red Sox, they've been going in the wrong direction of late. 3-11 the last 2 weeks. Before that stretch, they had been tied with Oakland for the second wild card spot. Now they're 7.5 back of that second wild card spot. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, a chopper toward third. It gets past Devers, picked up by the shortstop Bogarts. His throw to second, not in time. Naquin avoids the force, and it'll go as a base hit for Lindor. That chopper to the left side eluded Devers. He tried to cut it off before it got past him. Once it did, Bogarts was able to pick it up and threw to the second baseman Holt at the bag, but Naquin got there ahead of the throw. Good call by the home plate umpire Ted Barrett on a close play. not the home plate umpire, excuse me, the second base umpire, Ted Barrett out there. But he was right there, had a great look at it. And we got to look at the replay. Naquin got there by just a slim margin. So first and second, nobody out as Mercado steps in. Infield in at the corners. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt and bunts to third base. Devers is up with it. Goes to second, and they get the force there on Lindor. Advancing to third on the play is Naquin. And that'll go as a fielder's choice. 5-6 on the fielder's choice as Lindor's wiped out at second base. Now Carlos Santana. Santana tonight has walked and reached on an infield single. Tribe of the lead at 5-3. Download the McDonald's app, and if an Indians player steals a base tonight, you'll win a free 6-piece Chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. All right, Santana steps in. Switch hitter, right side. Each time he's reached tonight, he's later come around to score. Now trying to drive a run in. Here's the pitch to him. And it's up high for ball one. The Red Sox on the infield, they play Santana to pull, but not the full-fledged shift. Holt, the second baseman, is still on that first base side of second. With Naquin at third, Mercado at first. One down in the inning. Bottom of the fourth. Rodriguez lets it fly, and his pitch is outside for a ball, 2-0. What a year it has been for Carlos Santana. The on-base percentage hovering over 400 most of the season. Had that dramatic grand slam yesterday as a right-handed hitter against the lefty Taylor Rogers. The 2-0 pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. And Carlos was saying after the game yesterday, he had felt comfortable in there against Rogers. He had seen him enough to have a pretty good idea of what he featured and what to look for. And he came through with one of the biggest home runs of the season for the Tribe. The 2-1. Inside, ball three. Rodriguez in danger of loading him up for Franmil Reyes, who's had a good night already. Tribe up 5-3. Looking for more in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Rodriguez from the stretch. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut that time at a changeup. Santana didn't get it, and now it's 3-2. Christian Vasquez now out in front of home plate. Looking into the Red Sox dugout. They want to make sure they have their defensive alignment all set on a 3-2 pitch coming. This just in case the Indians, with one out, were to start a runner. 3-2 the count on Santana. Here's the pitch from Rodriguez. It's swung on and popped up foul. This one comes back and it's out of play. Time for your Cleveland Indians memorable moment. It's brought to you by the Nissan team, Bedford Nissan and Mentor Nissan. On this date, back in 1940, Hall of Famer Bob Feller became the first pitcher in the major leagues that season to reach 20 wins. He was on his way to the pitching Triple Crown. What a year it was that year for Bob Feller. The 3-2. Swung on, popped him up. On the infield, now backpedaling into shallow left is Bogarts, the shortstop, who makes the catch about 10 feet into the outfield grass. So now there's two down. Indians still with runners on the corners, and Franmil Reyes will step in. Reyes has homered and singled in 2 trips, easily his best game at the plate as a Cleveland Indian. It was a 2-run blast back in the first inning, home run number 28 on the season for Reyes, and his first in an Indians uniform. Followed that up with a single in the third inning and was later driven in on the home run by Jose Ramirez. That was in the third, and now Ramirez waits on deck. 2 on, 2 gone for the Tribe. Rodriguez delivers. Reyes takes a strike on the inside corner. Franmil Reyes, 6'5", about 280. Designated hitter again tonight. Tremendously strong right-handed batter. Unlimited power for Reyes. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the high fastball that time at 94. That's about top end for Eduardo Rodriguez. Reared back and got it past Franmil Reyes. Indians leading 5-3 in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Boy, I get the feeling the way this one's going, 5 may not be enough. We'll see. Indians trying to make that a moot point here with Reyes at the plate. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase the high fastball, and the side is retired. Indians leading by a 5-3 score here in downtown Cleveland. Red Sox in town for their only visit, and this series continues tomorrow night. 7:10 first pitch on a Sugardale Dollar Dog Night. And Wednesday afternoon, the series concludes with a 1:10 day baseball, or the last time this summer before school goes back. Here's the pitch to Mookie Betts, and it's down low from Zach Plesac for ball 1. Get your tickets at Indians.com or the ballpark app. And that's it for the homestand. Indians out of town again after Wednesday's game. The 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Betts, who has flied out to deep right and struck out in 2 trips. Now the 1-1 from Zach Plesac. Breaking ball low and outside. 2-1. Indians broke on top early with that 2-run home run from Reyes in the first inning. They have not trailed, but the Red Sox are hanging around. The 2-1 swung on, and that's looped to the right side. Caught by Santana. 1 down here in the 5th. Dominion Energy would like to remind you, whether you're an individual or contractor, state law requires that you call 811 before you dig to have your underground utilities marked. It's simple and free. Just dial 811 at least 2 business days prior to digging. Here's Rafael Devers, 1 for 2 with a single back in the 3rd inning. Here comes the pitch from Plesac. Swung on, fouled off at home plate. Time for the Cleveland Clinic Caregiver Shout Out. From fingers to toes and joints to bones, get the orthopedic care you need when and where you need it. Visit clevelandclinic.org/ortho. Oh, and 1 the count on Devers. Here comes the pitch. Fastball up high. 1-1. Well, however this game turns out tonight, the Indians will no longer be in a tie for first place in the division with the Twins. They're idle tonight. The 1-1. Inside, knocked him off his feet. And the count's now 2-1 on Devers. Twins open a series in Milwaukee tomorrow night, but a win here tonight for the Tribe, and they are in sole possession of first place in the division. Two and one the count on Devers. Here's Plesac's pitch, and it's swung on, pulled foul past the camera bay. Outside of the Red Sox dugout on that first base side. Two and two the count on Rafael Devers. Plesac's into the wide. Here's his 2-2. Outside and high. The Indians have not been in sole possession of first place since April the 19th. They led the Twins by a game after they beat the Braves in the front end of a doubleheader. The 3-2 pitch. Down low, ball 4. Devers draws a walk. Second allowed by Plesac. One out base runner for the Red Sox, and you get into this part of the lineup. You don't want to have runners on base when Bogaerts and then Martinez and Benintendi start to come to the plate. Bogaerts up there now, 0 for 2. He's flied to right and struck out. Despite all the struggles this year for the Boston Red Sox, they have a potent lineup, and a lot of their hitters having very solid seasons. It has come back to pitching for the Red Sox this year that has been a struggle. Here's the pitch, and it's up and in for ball 1. Bogaerts, right-handed hitting shortstop. Played some third base earlier in his career, but now where he'd rather be. Plesac checks the runner. Devers not with a big lead at all. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Xander Bogaerts. The word is out. Don't get too big a lead on Zach Plesac, or you could be in trouble. 5 pickoffs this season, and bear in mind, he didn't join the Indians till the end of May. For Plesac, this is only start number 14. Now the 1-1. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball, deep left field, way back there, and that ball is off the wall. Headed to third, being held there is Devers. Throw to second's a beauty, and it's in time! Bogaerts is thrown out by Greg Allen. And Indians outfield arm strikes again. I think Bogaerts thought he had that double, no problem. But Allen played the carom off the 19-foot high wall perfectly, and he threw a strike to Jason Kipnis, who had some time to line up the tag. That's how quickly that throw got in there, as Allen threw a perfect strike to Kipnis. Carl Willis out to the mound, the Indians pitching coach, to have a chat with Plesac. Now at third base is Devers, but that is a huge play. Instead of second and third with 1 out, it's third base with 2 outs. J.D. Martinez will be the batter, and they'll talk about how they want to pitch to Martinez. And if indeed they want to work around him, or at the very least, they will pitch him extremely careful. Hunter Wood is back up in the pen for the Tribe. For all you thirsty Indians fans out there, stop into Subway for the new 44-ounce refillable cup. It features slider. Beat the heat with Hubert's Lemonade or your favorite beverage, and keep refilling it to take care of your big thirst all season long. Available while supplies last at Subway. Here's the pitch to Martinez. He bounces it in there. What a stop by Perez on a pitch that hit well in front of home plate in the left side batter's box, in front of that batter's box. Boy, Perez took a pretty good shot there, and he'll need some time to just kind of walk that one off a little bit. But what a stop. That saves a run, as Devers is still down there at third. Terry Francona out, along with trainer James Quinlan, as I want to take a look at Perez, who is looking down at that throwing hand. It's hard to see where that pitch hit him. And again, it bounced in there in front of the left side batter's box. He got out there and got his body in front of it. Well, he got his body and the meat hand in front of it, as that one was coming in hot. And it did get a piece of his throwing hand and right around the thumb there. Zach Plesac came all the way in off the mound to have a look. Boy, these young Indians pitchers, they lean so heavily on the catchers, and tonight that's Roberto Perez. And almost after every start, Plesac, Savali, and the others as well, they credit Perez for game planning properly and really helping them get through a game. Yeah, Perez says, hey, let's go. So they'll go back to work on Martinez with a 1-0 count. Runner at third, that's Devers. Perez still trying to get the feeling in that throwing hand as Plesac gets back to it. The set and the pitch. Swung on, driven foul. That's off to the right side, not a play. Martinez walking away from the plate, looking like he thought he had a pitch to hit. So 1-1 on the dangerous J.D. Martinez. Hit his 28th home run of the season, his last time up, last inning. Up there now is the tying run at the plate in a 5-3 ball game, bottom half of the fourth inning. Here's Plesac's pitch. Swung on, blasted again, foul, well down the right side, not a play. And again, Martinez just seems locked in. He's been swinging a hot bat for a while now. Last 20 games coming in, hitting at a .413 clip. 21 career home runs against the Indians for J.D. Martinez. Now the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman, Kipnis. Up with it, throws to first, in time for the out. Plesac works out of it with an assist from Greg Allen, the left fielder. We head to the bottom half of the fifth inning here at Progressive Field. Jose Ramirez will lead things off. Big blow in this game for Ramirez. The 3-run home run in the third inning that made it 5-1 at the time. It's now 5-3 Tribe as Eduardo Rodriguez, the left-hander, goes back to work. He's at 81 pitches through 4. The Indians have really had him working hard tonight, and he delivers a strike on the outside corner to Ramirez. Now the 0-1 from Rodriguez. High leg kick in the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, left side, smothered by Devers. Spins, throws, got him at first. Wow, Rafael Devers with a fine play. One down in the inning. As he left his feet, smothered that ball, got up, spun around, and fired on to first for the out. MGM Northfield Park is giving away 11 amazing gifts during the Ultimate Summer Gift Giveaway. Visit Northfield Park on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in August to claim each gift. MGM Northfield Park, Las Vegas, is here in Northeast Ohio. Roberto Perez, the batter. Perez 0 for 2, and we'll see how he swings the bat here. He took a pitch in the dirt that came up and ricocheted off his thumb on the right hand. Here's the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike, so could be tough gripping the bat right here for Perez. Right-handed hitter. Here comes the pitch from Rodriguez. Swung on, broken bat, looper, shallow center, and it falls in for a base hit. Just in front of Jackie Bradley Jr., who made a great effort at it, but he just couldn't get there. It fell just in front of him. And Perez has a one-out single. Jason Kipnis will come to the plate. Yeah, hope to see you here Wednesday afternoon. The Indians and Red Sox wrap up this 3-game series. And as an added bonus, the first 10,000 fans receive a beach bag courtesy of Meijer. And for your tickets for that game or tomorrow night against the Red Sox, visit Indians.com or the ballpark app. Here's Kipnis. A single and a walk in 2 trips. Tribe leading 5-3, bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball to right. Hit fairly well. It's back there, but on the track to make the catch is Mookie Betts. Might have been just a little bit in off the fat part of the bat for Kipnis. Didn't quite get all of it. And there's 2 down in the inning for Greg Allen. Now, Allen is 0 for 2 at the plate, but his fielding gem in the top half of this inning, a key play. As with a runner at first, Xander Bogaerts hit one high off the wall and left. Allen played the carom perfectly, and he threw out Bogaerts, trying to stretch it into a double. And that helped Zach Plesac work out of the inning with no damage done. Allen shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner. Allen had that big bunt base hit in the 10th inning rally yesterday in Minneapolis. Part of a 2-hit day for him. Hit the home run his first time up. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And in both of those at-bats yesterday, Allen said exactly what you figure he would. On the home run, just trying to make hard contact. On the bunt base hit, just trying to get that bunt down and move the runners up. But in both cases, it worked out much better than that for Greg Allen. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a chopper to the right side. Up with it. Holt flips on to first in time for the out, and the side is retired.
Go to their bullpen. And we're going to go to a station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Indians Radio Network.
Rob Bailey in the newsroom. Attorney General promising to get to the bottom of Epstein's apparent suicide. More after the game on News Radio WTAM 1100 Cleveland.
Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton back with you along with Jim Rosenhaus, Stephanie Hagel, Brian Motze, Tribe Baseball on what's turned out to be a very nice night off the lakefront. The Indians 5, the Red Sox 3, and right-handed relief pitcher Hunter Wood delivers to Andrew Benintendi, and it's in there a strike. Zach Plesac ends up going 5 innings. He gave up 3 runs tonight on 7 hits. Walked 2, struck out 2. The pitch bounces in, 1-1 the count. Red Sox had a good plan of attack against Zach Plesac, and boy, they really made Zach work. But typical of how competitive Zach Plesac is, he gives the Indians a chance to win. Benintendi swings and misses at a pitch down, and the count 1-2. Hunter Wood, whom the Indians got from Tampa Bay, features a fastball, a cutter, a curve, and a change. The pitch. Swing and a foul down the left side, and the count remains 1-2. Hunter Wood, if you look at his numbers, 1, he's gone 3 scoreless appearances with the Indians, but overall between the Tribe and Tampa, a 2.18 ERA with a win, a loss, and a save. The pitch, and Benintendi puts one upstairs foul, and the count 1-2. Zach Plesac can win his 7th game. He cannot lose it. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Tribe, 3 runs, 7 hits for the Red Sox, 6th inning. The pitch. Inside and jumping over the baseball was Benintendi to avoid getting hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back and forth these clubs go, and this is the way it was at Fenway. Each team averaged 9 runs a game in the 3-game series at Fenway. Now the wind and 2-2. Swung on, line to deep left field. Allen back, reaching up on the warning track to run it down. My goodness. Even when the Red Sox are retired, it's either up against the wall or on the warning track, or so it seems tonight. They are locked in from an offensive standpoint. Benintendi, an RBI double, a walk, and a line out to the track and left. Here's Christian Vasquez, a foul out, and hit into a double play. Right-handed hitting catcher. 5-3 Indians. Boston second in the league in hitting, second in the league in runs scored. They look like it tonight. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a curveball swung on, bounced to third. Chin high hop handled by Ramirez. Throws low. Good stretch and dig by Santana. 2 down. Indians took a 2-0 lead in the first on Franmil Reyes' first homer with the Indians. A 2-run blast to right center. Andrew Benintendi cut the lead in half with an RBI double in the second. Then Jose Ramirez pounded a 3-run homer to the porch in left in the third. Red Sox got 2 of those back in the fourth. J.D. Martinez a solo homer to left. Brock Holt an RBI double. Now the wind and the pitch. And looking at a strike is the left-handed hitting Mitch Moreland. He's 1 for 2 with a single. That is your game summary. And the game summary is brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers, Ford America's best-selling brand. Moreland looking, and he takes a strike, 0-2. Boy, Moreland sits in that 7-hole with 14 homers. This is such a deep, dangerous lineup. Indians overload the right side of the infield as Moreland fouling it over the screen behind the plate, 0-2. Tomorrow night, Mike Clevenger against Chris Sale. Chris Sale, he's not had a good year. 6-11 with an ERA of 4.5, but he can still dominate as he has from time to time. Now the 0-2. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again at 0-2. Boston was in great shape 2 weeks ago. They were tied with Oakland as the number 2 wild card team in the American League. They've gone from being tied for the number 2 spot to 7.5 games out of that spot in 2 weeks. The 0-2. Swung on, ripped foul, hanging curve down the right side it went. That's what happens when you lose 8 in a row. Hard to believe, but Boston lost 8 in a row. And in the last 2 weeks, they've gone 3-11. And thus, they're really almost out of the playoff picture. The 0-2. Checked on a curve low, 1-2. Now, anything can happen, but the problem is it's almost mid-August. And you're just running out of days. And the Red Sox are sitting here going into tonight's action with 42 games left on their schedule. Now the 1-2. Swung on, banged up the middle, off the foot of Hunter Wood. Caroms to the third base area. Wood is limping, and he took a shot. And here comes Tito one more time. And a base hit literally off either the foot or leg of Hunter Wood. And Moreland's aboard with 2 down for Brock Holt. That ball looked like it got right above the right ankle, kind of in that shin bone area, and Hunter Wood trying to walk it off, limping on the grass area behind the pitcher's mound. Kind of in that lower calf shin bone area. And he's just trying to stretch it out right now. Right now, the hits are even at 8. The Indians lead at 5-3 in the 6th. Flags aren't moving at all. 78 degrees here in downtown Cleveland. Hunter Wood, the last thing he wants to do is leave this game. This guy has more frequent flyer miles than any businessman in America. He has been back and forth between the major leagues and AAA 8 different times this year. He'll make a warm-up toss or two to see if he can keep going. Sure looks like he will. So he's going to have a last couple of words with Tito. And Tito's going to tell him, whatever you do, don't stay in here if you think you could hurt yourself. Don't favor that leg and change your delivery and then hurt your arm. Be honest. And Tito just took the baseball from him. Hunter Wood tried to convince Tito that he could stay in the game. And Tito either didn't like what he saw on the 2 warm-up throws or didn't like the conversation, how it was going. The one thing you know about Hunter Wood, he wants to compete. He wanted to stay in the game, but there's something Tito did. Right-hander Tyler Clippard will get as much time as he needs to get loose. Injury, pitching change, and when we hear anything on Hunter Wood, we will let you know. Tyler Clippard will enter with the Indians up 5-3. A runner on 2 down in the Boston 6th. Clippard will make his 37th appearance. Still no decisions, but having a tremendous year. A .268 earned run average. An opponent's batting average of 196 against Tyler Clippard. And this is a guy that throws a fastball at 90 miles an hour. But he does it with command, and he does it by changing that hitter's eye level. He can elevate the fastball, and then he can go to the lower regions with a splitter and changeup. He'll drop a curveball in there once in a while. So Tyler Clippard, the veteran who's been such an integral part of that Indians' #1 ranked bullpen in baseball, will take over with Moreland at first, 2 down in the 6th, Cleveland leading 5-3. And we remind you that if you go to MyPillow.com and click the radio listener special tab, use the promo code TRIBE and get a special offer. MyPillow.com, promo code TRIBE. So here we go. Tyler Clippard will be facing the left-handed hitting Brock Holt, who is 1 for 2 at an RBI double in the 4th. The Indians and Red Sox, 2 more meetings to wrap up the season series. And the Indians head to the Big Apple for 8 days. 4 games with the Yankees this coming weekend, and then 3 games next week against the Mets. So a gauntlet of a schedule that the Indians have been going through with the likes of Minnesota, Boston, and the 2 New York teams. Now the left-handed hitting Brock Holt has grounded out, RBI double to left center. Clippard, with the Indians up 5-3, delivers, and it's fouled back a strike. Boston now has had an extra base hit in 136 consecutive games. That dates back to mid-September of a year ago. Tonight, they've had a home run. They've had a couple of doubles. They lead the league in doubles, 4th in the league in homers. Now the set, now the pitch. And it's high and wide, a ball, 1-1 the count. Minnesota's off. They're in Milwaukee, where they will take on the Brewers. And Milwaukee's no fun to play, especially at Miller Park. My goodness. They're well above 500 at home and well below 500 on the road. Pitches up and away, 2-1. That series starts tomorrow night. The Indians will either start tomorrow night with a half-game lead in this division or trailing Minnesota by a half game. Brock Holt awaiting the 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. And he dropped a changeup in there, 2-2. What makes Boston so difficult to pitch against, obviously you know they can hit. 2nd in the league in batting average, leading the league in doubles, 4th in the league in homers. But they're not free swingers. They're 2nd in the league in walks. And they just grind you down. Now the set, now the 2-2. And a Holt. A swing and a miss. Chase the high heat. Clippard elevated and got the strikeout. Tribe 5, Red Sox 3.
FM.
Well, the Indians will see if they can add to their 5-3 lead. All the damage on 2 swings of the bat against Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo has struck out 2 and walked 3, but Franmil Reyes, 2-run homer to right center in the first. Jose Ramirez, a 3-run bomb to left in the third. Tyler Naquin's walked and singled left on left. The Indians' number 9 hitter and right fielder. Remember, Yasiel Puig will not play this entire series, serving that 3-game suspension. Pitch up and in a ball. That came in that brawl between the Reds and the Pirates. Literally, the day he was traded. In fact, some people were like, why is Puig still playing for the Reds? He's been traded to the Indians. Now the pitch, down and away, a ball, 2-0. Well, he's done it again. Gleyber Torres has now hit 13 home runs against Baltimore this year. That's the most any player has hit against one opponent. How about that? Wow. 13. The pitch, swing and a foul back. 2-1. Obviously, the Yankees and Orioles play each other 19 times, but my goodness. 13 homers by Gleyber Torres against Baltimore this season. Here's the next delivery to the Indians' right fielder. And the 2-1 pitch is a little bit high and a delayed call strike. And Naquin can't believe it. And the count 2-2. Well, the Minnesota Twins say Nelson Cruz will not need surgery. And that's good news for the Twins. Bad news for the rest of the American League. Now the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul third base side. Cruz ruptured that tendon in his left hand against the Indians over the weekend. But a doctor said no further damage. So surgical intervention is not needed. Now the windup by Rodriguez, the 2-2. Fouled straight back by Naquin. Still a 2-2 count. Don't know for sure when he'll be back, but time will tell on that. Eduardo Rodriguez. This will be pitch number 96. Here it comes. Naquin spoiled it again. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody throwing in either bullpen at the moment. Surprisingly, today, Toronto waived Freddie Galvis, who's a pretty good player. Been their shortstop, and the Reds have claimed him. It'll help that club. Now the 2-2. Naquin sends one in the air to center, not deep. Bradley fell down and the ball drops in front of him. Base hit. So Naquin catches a break. Jackie Bradley Jr., the Gold Glove center fielder, started in for the ball and fell down. His feet just went out from under him. And that enabled the ball to land on the grass before Bradley could get back up and catch it. And Naquin has 2 singles and a walk. So top of the order. And Frankie Lindor 1 for 3 with a single. He'll swing it right-handed. Indians have out hit the Red Sox 9-8. The Indians lead 5-3. Rodriguez is ready. And the pitch. Way outside, ball one. Rodriguez has really slowed things down. Now the 1-0. And it's swung on, ripped to short, leaping grab by Bogaerts, throwback to first. Naquin back with a head-first dive. Now Bogaerts robs his counterpart, and that is out number one. Now to bring up Oscar Mercado, he has had 3 rough at-bats tonight, 3 groundouts. Tried to sack bunt his last time up and bunted it too hard and turned into a force. Going through a tough stretch right now. Rodriguez is ready. The pitch to Mercado, and he sends a floater foul into the seats down the right side. Strike one. The high hold and the pitch. And it's high. Snap throw to first. Naquin back with a dive. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. Cleveland 5 and Boston 3 here in the 6th. Rodriguez is ready. And the pitch. And it's swung on and floated foul down the right side. Headed towards the seats, and it bounces foul. Indians with a 5-3 lead. One out, one on. Now the set. Now the pitch, and it's fouled upstairs. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Indians with a 5-3 lead. Runner at first base. Rodriguez lets it fly, and a swing and a miss struck him out.
Would let the game with a right calf contusion, right calf.
So Rodriguez with his 3rd strikeout. Mercado's out number 2. Hunter Wood, who got hit by that line drive in the top of the inning, got hit in the calf. And that's a bruise in that calf area, and those things can tighten up much like a cramp. Last thing you want to do is strain a calf muscle, so that's why Tito got him out of the game. Here's Carlos Santana, switch hitter batting right-handed. A walk, an infield single, a pop-up. 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. The pitch, and it's outside. He missed with a changeup. 5-3 Indians. Just have not been able to deliver the knockout punch yet. Problem with Boston, the way they swing the bats. The knockout punch may consist of 15 runs. Runner at first with 2 down is Naquin. The set, the 1-0. Down low, ball 2-0. He doubled up on the changeup. Eduardo Rodriguez, if he was paid by the hour, he could retire right now. Be independently wealthy. The pitch, caught the outer edge with it. A strike, 2-1. Boston may have the slowest working staff in baseball. David Price is brutal. He's injured right now, so you won't have to deal with that, but they take so long to make pitches. This can't be a fun team to play defense behind. There's no rhythm. There's no tempo. Naquin edging off first. Now the 2-1. Down low, ball 3-1.
63, Hernandez up for the Red Sox.
Well, let's see if Santana gets a pitch now that he can do damage to. We'll see how much confidence Rodriguez has in his changeup. Will he throw it here in a 3-1 count? The pitch. Swung and ripped to center, a base hit on a fastball. Naquin will stop at second. And that'll bring up Franmil Reyes. So the Indians have 2 men aboard with 2 down. And the batter, Franmil Reyes, will have to wait a minute as Dana Lavangi, the pitching coach, is out to the mound quickly. Another good night for Carlos Santana. 2 singles and a walk. Indians at first and second, 2 down. And can Franmil Reyes blow this thing open? Franmil had a 2-run homer to right center in the first, single to left in the third, then struck out in the fourth. 2 outs, 2 on. 2-run Indians lead, 5-3 here in the sixth. He is a giant of a man, 6'6", 280. Hitting cleanup tonight because Yasiel Puig is serving that 3-game suspension for the brawl with the Pirates. One of the few brawls in baseball history where a pitcher took on the entire team. Amir Garrett went to the Pirates dugout. How many times do you see those baseball benches clear and somebody is hoping, somebody is holding them back so it looks like they want to fight? Amir Garrett wanted to take on all 25 Pirates. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. And it's inside a ball. And Garrett, had he connected with a punch that he went flying on the run to, had that made contact, boy, there could have been some serious injuries, and who knows how long his suspension would have been then. Anyway, that's why Puig won't play in this series. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled upstairs. 1-1 the count on Reyes. 28 homers, 51 RBIs now for Franmil. Well, this is a guy that paid his dues. 7 years in the minors. He had 32 homers last year between San Diego and the minors. And this year he's had 28 home runs, all in the big leagues. He'll back away, readjust, and retighten those batting gloves. Naquin started the inning with a single. He's at second. Santana with a 2-out single is at first. Tribe trying to add to its 5-3 lead here in the sixth. The left-hander's ready. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Chase the high heat. That's what teams have tried to do. Elevate that fastball letters or higher against Franmil Reyes. Does he go up the ladder now or try to get him to chase, say, a slider in the dirt? Whatever, Rodriguez better not miss. This will be pitch number 113. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. So we go to the 7th inning.
House at 8:45 tomorrow morning, WTAM 1100.
Well, Tyler Clippert will try to keep this a 5-3 ball game. Tribe on top. Zach Plesac started. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, walked 2, struck out 2. Hunter Wood, 2/3 of a scoreless inning, allowed a hit, but got hit in the calf area by a line drive and had to leave. Tyler Clippert got the last out in the 6th. He'll start the 7th. Jackie Bradley Jr., the number 9 hitter, with 2 groundouts, will try to get it going. Indians put 3 on the right side of the infield. The pitch to Bradley, and he waves at a slow curveball or changeup, something off speed. This guy can play center field as well as anybody. He just has not been the hitter they had hoped he would develop into. The pitch, and it's down low, and the count 1-1. First-round pick out of the University of South Carolina, where he helped the Gamecocks win back-to-back college national championships in Omaha in 2010 and 11. The 1-1. Swung on, skied to left, pretty well hit. Back is Allen, onto the track. Now he looks up, and this ball carries out of here. It just kept carrying. Wow. Jackie Bradley Jr., opposite field home run, and it got over the 19-foot wall and left, and we've got a 1-run game. Boy, it looked initially like a routine fly. There's no wind here tonight. And the Red Sox, much like the Minnesota Twins and the team the Indians will face this weekend, the New York Yankees, they are never out of a ball game with the kind of lineups they put out there. Mookie Betts, the leadoff man, is 0 for 3. Indians 5, Red Sox 4, 7th inning. The wind and pitch, bullseye, 0-1 the count. Tyler Clippert, he kicks, he delivers, and Betts takes high, 1-1. Yankees look like they'll sweep Baltimore. They won game 1 8-5 in New York, hitting 4 home runs. They lead game 2 11-6 in the 8th inning. They've hit 3 more. Gleyber Torres has hit 2 of them.
This man 357 feet, 3-5.
Now the 1-1. And a check swing strike called, 1-2. Gleyber Torres with 13 homers off the Orioles in one season, most ever by a single player. With that doubleheader sweep looming, New York will be 79-41. The pitch. Swung on, roll to third. Easy play for Ramirez. Gets the speedy Betts, 1 down. And if Baltimore doesn't have a mammoth rally, they will now have 80 losses. They'll join Detroit. They are like 2 thoroughbreds at the Kentucky Derby. It could be a photo finish. Who gets the number 1 pick? Detroit's 35-80. Baltimore will soon be 39-80. Here's Rafael Devers, 1 for 2, a single and a walk. He bunts foul, third base side. The Indians infield pulled to the right. Third baseman Jose Ramirez 40 feet off the line. Toronto has opened up a 17-3 lead on Texas in the 7th inning. Houston and the White Sox were rained out in Chicago. Doubleheader tomorrow. The pitch, high, ball one, strike one. Twins are playing in Milwaukee, but that series starts tomorrow. The ageless one, left-hander Oliver Perez, warming in the Indians' pen. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-2. Colorado leads Arizona 4-1 in the third. Washington pounding Cincinnati 7-2 after 7. And that's it. Very light schedule in Major League Baseball. Here the Indians with a 5-4 lead. Boston batting, 7th inning. The pitch, swung on, ripped foul down the left side, and the count stays 1-2. Scores brought to you by Ram Trucks. The Ram 1500 Motor Trends Truck of the Year. Ram's summer clearance going on right now. You'll find out why. There are more reasons to switch to Ram than ever before. Clippard kicks, deals. Devers swings, pops it up. Foul ball off to the left of home plate. Caught by the catcher Perez right in front of the dugout suites next to the Indians' third base dugout. That's a big out getting that kid. 2 down for Xander Bogaerts, 1 for 3 with a single. We'll see if closer Brad Hand is available tonight. In Tito's office at 4:15 this afternoon to do his pregame interview. At that point, he did not know yet. Brad Hand had to make a lot of pitches again yesterday. So they always wait, see how the relievers are after they go out, play catch, get loosened, see if there are any aches or pains. Here's the wind and pitch to Xander Bogaerts, and it's in there. For instance, the other day in Minnesota, A.J. Cole couldn't play catch. All of a sudden, the shoulder was really barking, and that necessitated a trip to the disabled list. Now, Brad Hand, we're not forecasting that, but that's why you don't know as a manager at 4 o'clock or 4:15 in the afternoon yet about who's available. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. If Brad Hand went and played catch and says he's good to go, that's one thing, but guys are very honest with pitching coach Carl Willis and bullpen coach Scott Atchison. Look, if you need a day, we have to know. Don't hurt the team, don't hurt yourself. Tribe up 5-4, 7th inning, 2 down, bases empty. Bogaerts waiting, the 0-2 pitch, here it comes. Just dipped low, a splitter, and he didn't chase. 1-2. Here's a shortstop with 25 bombs, 39 doubles, 87 RBIs, and can really pick it. It might be a bargain now at $20 million a year, which Boston has him for the next 6 years. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with that splitter. So Clippard gave up the opposite field homer to start the inning. Nothing after that. It's stretch time at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. Well, we will see a Boston Red Sox young left-hander and a kid that throws in the mid-90s. Darwinzon Hernandez. Fastball, slider. He'll throw an occasional curveball. He is a big man. 6'2", 250. Hernandez is 22 years of age, out of Venezuela, and he makes appearance number 15. No wins and a loss. ERA 4.41. How good is his stuff? Okay. 32 strikeouts in 16 innings. 2 strikeouts an inning. Now, he also has 15 walks, so he's averaging 2 strikeouts and 1 walk every inning. So Darwinzon Hernandez will face Jose Ramirez, who will bat right-handed, and it's up high, a ball. 3 lefties in the Red Sox pen. And the Indians just saw the left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez, the starter, who goes 6 innings, gives up 5 runs on 10 hits, struck out 4, walked 3. 5-4 Cleveland, bottom of the 7th. Now the pitch. High, ball 2, 2-0. The Indians have had 5 runs on 2 swings of the bat. Franmil Reyes got his first with the Indians. A 2-run blast to right center in the first. And Jose Ramirez plastered a 3-run homer to the porch in left in the third. Number 17 for Ramirez, now 67 RBIs. The pitch. Up high, ball 3, 3-0. And this is as an Indians club where you must be patient. This guy could put himself in a big-time hole. The Red Sox bullpen has not been good. Their pitching staff has not been good. The pitch. And it's in there, a strike borderline, 3-1 the count. Red Sox have had very sketchy and inconsistent starting pitching, and that's really the main gist of their problems. Now the 3-1. Swung on and a rocket to left. Way out of here, way foul, and over the walkway. Wow, what a bomb by Ramirez.
4,770. 24770.
Jose Ramirez, that's Mark McGwire territory. Those people standing on the walkway between the ballpark and the garage didn't realize that they were targets. The pitch swung on, hit pretty well to right. Back goes the right fielder Betts. It's over his head. It'll play up against the wall, and in sliding with a double is Ramirez. How about that at bat? Over the walkway in foul territory on the bridge that connects the park and the garage in left, and then you go oppo with a double that short hops the wall in right. And Jose Ramirez has his 31st double, and the Indians have a big-time run out at second, leading 5-4. And can the Indians continue the Red Sox misery as far as starters and bullpen? Neither have been good. Roberto Perez, 1 for 3 with a single. Red Sox come up at the corners looking for the bunt. This would be a hard guy to bunt against because you never know where his pitch may go. Plus, Tito may want to give Perez a chance to hit one out of here. He bunts back toward the mound, fielded by Hernandez. A lob to first to get Perez. Second baseman Holt took the throw. Boy, don't know if he knew who was running or if he's got a thing about throwing to first. But there have been kids in egg contests that have thrown the egg harder to their partner than he threw the baseball to first. Good sack bunt by Roberto Perez, as Perez has sack bunt number 4. Now the Red Sox have to bring the infield in. Left on left, as Jason Kipnis is the hitter. Tribe up 5-4. Runner at third, 1 out in the 7th, infield in. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 miles per hour. Well, if he throws strikes, Hernandez can be dominant. Remember, this is his first go-round in the big leagues, so growing pains for Hernandez and the Red Sox. The pitch. Kipnis fouling it back, and suddenly it's 0-2, and he just threw a good slider. This young man spending 6 years in the Boston minor league farm system. He had been a starter at AAA Pawtucket, now being used out of the bullpen with the Red Sox. He's ready. The 0-2 pitch to Kipnis. Way outside, 1-2. Well, the Indians have 5 runs, but they haven't had the big hits tonight. 1 for 6 with men in scoring position. When they've had a hit, it's been a big bomb. All 5 runs on 2 home runs. Hernandez, the 1-2 to Kipnis. Check swing foul. That was almost a defensive. Let me just try to get another pitch to swing at, and he spoiled it barely. And the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. This cannot be a comfortable at-bat for a left-handed hitter against this giant of a left-handed pitcher. The set. Now the 1-2. Swung on, fouled off the screen, first base side. He kind of telegraphed that slider. Looked like he changed his arm action and everything, and Kipnis fouled it off to stay alive at 1-2. Again, the Red Sox play the infield in at the cut of the grass. Outfielders, medium deep, straight up. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, another slider in on his hands. Good at bat for Kipnis. The count remains a ball and 2 strikes. That's the one downside to the sac bunt. You get the guy to third, but you set up a lefty-lefty matchup with 1 out. Let's see if Kipnis can deliver. Indians getting their first look at Hernandez. He fires. It's swung on a miss. Throw to third. Back with a dive is Ramirez. Big-time strikeout for Darwinson Hernandez. Now, Greg Allen will bat right-handed. With 2 down, that runner still at third. Allen, 3 groundouts tonight. He had 7 hits in his last 15 at-bats before tonight. Now the Indians need a clutch 2-out hit, or this game will stay 5-4 Indians. Runner at third, 2 down, 7th inning. Hernandez, now time called. Here comes the pitching coach. This may be in discussion with a left-handed hitter on deck. Do you put Allen on to go left on left? Tyler Naquin on deck. Thing of that, though, is Greg Allen struggles right-handed. He's been a better hitter throughout his career, and again this year left-handed. So we'll see. Hey, whether you're shipping from Cleveland or shipping through Cleveland, choose Global Transport. It's Northeast Ohio's preferred provider for transportation and logistics management. The Indians win. They've got a half-game lead, and they'll be alone in first place for the first time since April 20th. They lose, they'll be out of first place, half game behind Minnesota, which is idle. They will play in Milwaukee tomorrow night. Hernandez is ready, and the pitch. Allen takes a fastball strike. He's mid-90s consistently. Bit of a breeze has started blowing for the first time all night, out toward right. Indians 5, Red Sox 4, 7th inning. The pitch. Checked on a pitch in, and the count of 1-1. The lefty's ready. Here it comes. Allen fouled it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crowd of 24,770. The pitch, swinging a weak bouncer toward third, fielded by Devers, charges, gloves, throws on the run, and the Indians can't get. Right-hander Nick Whitgren will come on to work the 8th inning, and this would seem to indicate that Brad Hand would be good to go the 9th, or you wouldn't have Whitgren pitching in the 8th already. So the Indians holding on to a 5-4 lead. Oliver Perez is warming in the Indians' pen as Nick Whitgren makes appearance number 41. He's 4-0, 3 saves, ERA 2.62. Tyler Clippard goes an inning and a third, gives up a run on a hit, punched out 2 more. And now Whitgren, fastball, curve, and change to face J.D. Martinez. A single, a solo homer, and a ground out. Righty-righty matchup. And thus set by Whitgren, the pitch, and it's up high, missed with a breaking ball. 5 runs, 11 hits for Cleveland. 4 runs, 9 hits for Boston. 8th inning. Get you a station ID here momentarily. The pitch, and it missed low and away, 2-0. Time to test drive the dynamic new Toyota Camry. America's best-selling car, one of 12 different models built in the U.S. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. 8th inning, 5-4 Indians. The pitch. Swung on, hit high. Deep to right. Naquin's back. Track, wall, leaps, and he made the catch! He took a home run away from J.D. Martinez. And the Indians stay on top 5-4. Well, getting a look at the replay, it probably doesn't go out. Right at the top of the wall, and likely doesn't get out of here, but it certainly is extra bases. And Naquin made a perfectly timed leap to rob J.D. Martinez of at least a double. 1 down, Andrew Benintendi fouling it back for strike 1. And Naquin, who is second in the league in throwing out 10 runners, made that perfect throw to Frankie Lindor to keep the Indians in the game in the 9th inning yesterday, has done it again. Benintendi jumps back from a ball inside, 1-1. Plus Tyler Naquin, 2 singles and a walk tonight. And he's back in right field because of Yasiel Puig's suspension. The 3-gamer being served during this series against Boston. The pitch swung on a bouncing ball up the middle by the diving Lindor. It was right between he and Kipnis into right center. And Benintendi has a 2-hit game. So J.D. Martinez, by being robbed of extra bases by Tyler Naquin, the Indians maintain this 1-run lead because that base hit would have tied the ballgame. So, the Indians, with now a precarious 5-4 lead. Tying run on, 1 out, 8th inning. Christian Vasquez has fouled out and grounded out twice, once a double play. The set, the pitch. And a fastball is in there, strike 1. Now, this Indians defense has been so good all year. The Indians are ranked number 2 in the league in pitching, but you waste all those great arms and that great pitching if you can't catch the ball. Whitgren will look over the shoulder to first. Benintendi a threat to run. The pitch and strike 2 called. Well, I wonder if Vasquez was giving Benintendi a chance to steal. Now the first base coach, Tom Goodwin, goes over to Benintendi and said something. Maybe like, what were you doing? Vasquez now in the hole, 0-2. Benintendi has 9 steals. Of course, the problem is Roberto Perez, he has thrown out 37% of the would-be base stealers. That is tremendous. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball away. Got him. Whitgren is 1 out away. And Terry Francona says time to go matchup with the lefties coming up. Oliver Perez will be summoned as the Indians still on top of the Red Sox by a score of 5-4 here in the 8th.
Welcome back.
With a left-hander on the hill and Oliver Perez. The Indians still with a 5-4 lead thanks to the great leaping catch at the wall in right field to start this inning when Tyler Naquin robbed J.D. Martinez of an extra base hit. Oliver Perez, fastball slider, makes his 50th appearance. He's 2-2, ERA 2.84. And he inherits a runner at first with 2 down scenario. That's Andrew Benintendi, who runs well at first. And Sam Travis having a nice rookie season, batting .261, 5 homers, 14 RBIs, 1 for 5 as a pinch hitter. Travis played at Indiana for Tracy Smith, now the head coach at Arizona State. Tracy Smith once played in the minor leagues for Brad Mills. The Indians bench coach was Tracy Smith's manager in the minors. And this is Sam Travis, a one-time Indiana Hoosier. Right-handed hitter with some pop. The pitch. He bangs one foul, strike 1. Travis, Big Ten Freshman of the Year and Big Ten Player of the Year. And helped Indiana get to Omaha in 2013. He's a Chicago kid, second-round pick by Boston in 2014 when he was named the Big Ten Player of the Year. So the Indians, with a 5-4 lead on the Red Sox, 2 down in the Red Sox 8th, runner at first. Nick Whitgren, 2/3 of an inning, giving up a hit and a strikeout, is responsible for Benintendi at first. Now the set. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Slow breaking ball. Really took a lot off that one. More like a curveball. And now the count 0-2 on Sam Travis. Perez is ready. Here it comes. Swinging a line drive base hit. Down the left field line, headed for the wall. Will Benintendi score? Allen's up with it. Throws in plenty of time. Benintendi stops at third. Travis with a double. Good job by Allen. Any hesitation or bobble up there, and all of a sudden it's a tie game. It just seems like Boston all night long has just been one swing away from taking command of this game. They have had a lot of hard hits and a lot of hard outs. And now Brock Holt, 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Left on left. Red Sox at second and third. 2 down in the 8th. The Indians holding on to a 5-4 lead. Perez delivers, and it's a breaking ball, strike on the outer edge. Right-hander Adam Simber starts to throw in the Indians' pen. The set. The look back at second. The next delivery. Swung on a weak bouncer foul through the first base coaching box. Holt in the hole, 0-2, but he's a tough 2-strike hitter. Five to 4 Indians. 2 down in the Red Sox 8th. Runners at second and third. Some of the folks get to their feet here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. Perez is ready. Here it comes. Swung on line. First base caught by Santana. Holt kind of one-handed it, and Perez gets out of it.
The Indians on now. Have me on tomorrow morning from 9 to 10.
On WTAM 1100.
Sam Travis will stay in the game to play first, and staying in the game to pitch another inning is the left-hander, Darwinzon Hernandez. If Darwinzon Hernandez had his first and last name on his jersey, it would have to start probably below his left kneecap and work its way up the body and around the shoulders and down the right leg. But he can heat it up there in the mid-90s. Tyler Naquin having a big game, takes inside a ball. Naquin 2 singles, a walk, and robbed J.D. Martinez of extra bases on a great leaping catch, timed perfectly at the wall and right. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Naquin swings through it 1-1. Boy, this kid has some kind of life on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
And just wild enough to make it not an easy at-bat, whether you're left-handed or right-handed.
Darwinzon Hernandez. The 1-1. Foul back. And the count 1-2.
64. Marcus Walden.
Now Brad Hand is warming in the Indians bullpen. Marcus Walden, the right-hander, up in the Red Sox pen. 5-4 Indians, bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox will have 9, 1, and 2 in their lineup for the 9th. The pitch, checked on a pitch up, and the count 2-2. That means Bradley, Betts, Devers. Boy, you talk about a tough 9th inning for Brad Hand, who had a rough outing yesterday, but despite the number of pitches, able to go here tonight. 5-4 Cleveland. The Indians have never trailed. Hernandez, the 2-2, swung on a high bouncer toward first, foul. 2-run homer in the first inning by Franmil Reyes, his first with the Indians, as he put it over the wall in right center. Jose Ramirez pounded a 3-run homer to the porch in left in the third. The Indians led 5-1. The Red Sox have been chipping away since that 4th inning got underway. 5-4 Cleveland. We'll get you the KeyBank keys to the game. KeyBank introduces Easy Up, the tool that automatically stacks up savings, pays down debt. KeyBank's the banking home of the Indians. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good slider away, and Naquin fished for it. Strikeout number 2, out number 1, and now top of the order. Frankie Lindor, 1 for 4 with a single. He'll bat right-handed, as he has all night. Well, the keys have been the long ball, obviously. Reyes and Ramirez. And maybe one of the other keys is sometimes you get fortunate. Sometimes rockets are hit at people. Boston's had a lot of those, and the Indians have also played really well defensively. The pitch to Lindor, way outside, ball 1. Tomorrow night, 7:10 start. Mike Clevenger, Chris Sale. Now the 1-0. In tight, ball 2. 2-0. Indians have not been alone in first place since April 20th. The Indians' biggest lead this year in the division, 1 game. They've trailed by as many as 11.5. Now the pitch. That's high, 3-0. Twins are idle, so if the Indians win, they're alone in first by a half game. Indians have only been in first place 13 days this year. Minnesota has been in first place every day of the season except 12. Now the 3-0. Ball 4, it's down and in. So Hernandez, who's averaging a walk per inning, his night is done. Alex Cora is going to go to the right-hander. And Bobby Walden's been pretty darn good out of that bullpen. Should say Marcus Walden. And we'll see Marcus Walden after this timeout. Indians with a 5-4 lead here in the 8th.
Hi, Tribe fans. This is Tom Hamilton for My Pillow. Go
5-4 Indians lead. Tribe has a one-out base runner in the 8th. Marcus Walden has not given up a base hit to the last 30 batters he's faced. He hasn't given up a hit. Since the All-Star break, hitters are 2 for 42 against Marcus Walden. He features a fastball, a sinker, a cutter, and a slider. On the year, 7 wins, a loss, 2 saves, ERA 3.30. This will be his 51st appearance. And he's a rookie. Well, he's a rookie that paid his dues, though, didn't he? This kid had never been in the major leagues for a full season until this year. He missed all of 2010. Did not pitch that year because he had had Tommy John surgery. And even by not pitching in 2010, he spent 11 years in the minor leagues. And here he is, a rookie who will be 31 in September. And I give him credit. He just kept believing, and now he is having a marvelous rookie year. Oscar Mercado, 3 groundouts and a strikeout. Tribe up 5-4, runner on, 1 out, 8th inning. The pitch, and he checks and takes a strike. Mercado has gotten a little frustrated lately. You can tell he's obviously scuffling a little bit. He's so hard on himself. He wants to do well, and he's just at times taking the hitting woes out on himself. Literally. Lindor with 18 steals. He is the runner at first, but the guy behind the plate throws well. Like Perez, Vasquez has gunned down 37% of the would-be base stealers, which is outstanding. Now the set, the pitch, a swing and a double play ball to short. Bogarts to second one. Holt turns it. 9th inning's coming up. It's in the hands of Brad Hand. Cleveland
Camp is on WTAM 1100.
Well, Brad Hand made 25 pitches yesterday. He worked the 1 inning in Minnesota and gave up the 2 tying runs on 4 hits in the 9th. And one of his rare rough outings, Brad Hand is still having a marvelous campaign. 29 saves in 32 save opportunities. Brad Hand, 5 wins, 3 losses, ERA 2.61, still has 74 strikeouts in 48 innings. Fastball, sinker, slider. He'll face Jackie Bradley Jr., the number 9 hitter. Left on left, the set, the pitch. And Bradley takes a slider inside. Tribe 5, Red Sox 4. Oliver Perez, a third of a scoreless inning, gave up a hit. Nick Whitgren, 2/3 of a scoreless inning. Tyler Clippard allowed a run in 1 1/3 innings. And Hunter Wood, 2/3 of a scoreless inning. Now the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a ground ball to first. Bobbled, recovered. Santana dives at the bag, and he just beat Bradley. Wow. That bobble and the way Bradley runs almost cost Santana. He wanted to throw to Brad Hand, but if he does that, Bradley beats everybody. And so he hesitated, and then after he recovered, dove to the bag and tagged it with his glove before Jackie Bradley Jr. got there, but it was close. Good effort by Santana. And that would have been disastrous. Now the top of the order, Mookie Betts. Frankie Lindor, the Tribe shortstop, coming to the mound. Grabs the rosin bag. Might be a chance for Carlos Santana to catch his breath. Mookie Betts, 20 bombs. 0 for 4. Tribe with a 5-4 lead. 9th inning. Hard to believe Boston's lost 11 out of 14 as hard as they've played tonight. The set, the pitch, and it's in there. Of course, you're also catching Boston at a time where they're a desperate team. They have no margin for error. They can't afford to lose games. Their playoff hopes are almost extinguished. The 0-1 pitch. Just missed wide, evidently. 1-1. Mookie Betts has faced Brad Hand one time and walked. The left-hander's ready. Here it comes. Backdoored him and didn't get the call. Maybe outside, maybe not. Two balls and a strike. Hand is ready. Here it comes. And Mookie Betts, last year's MVP, takes ball 3. It's low. 3-1 the count. Betts trying to tie it up with one swing of the bat. The pitch. He checked and took a strike. Good slider. Full count. Five runs, 11 hits for the Indians. 4 runs, 11 hits for the Red Sox. 9th inning. The pitch. Low, and he walked him. So Betts, the tying run, goes to first, and now Rafael Devers will bat. 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Left on left. But unless you've got a double play ball here, now you're guaranteed that Xander Bogaerts gets to swing it. Devers is 1 for 1 lifetime. Very small sample size for most Boston hitters against Brad Hand. Rafael Devers, second in the American League in hits, leads the league in doubles. The pitch, swing and a miss, wicked slider away. Devers is second in the American League in RBIs, 90. Third in the league in batting average, 317. I mean, wow. The other thing you better be careful of, that guy at first knows how to steal. Mookie Betts has a dozen steals. Brad Hand checks him. 5-4 Indians, 9th inning. The next delivery, and a slider away, 1-1. Betts was not getting a good read on Brad Hand. He started back toward the bag as the pitch was being delivered. Now the 1-1. Low and away with another slider. Brad Hand's just not had good command the last few times out. That happens. 2-1 the count. And again, you have to be careful not to be so careful that you're trying to throw the perfect pitch to this lineup, and then all of a sudden you're working from behind, and Boston's as good as any lineup in the game at doing that. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul back. Devers may have chased ball 3. A slider away, and he spoiled it almost like it was a 2-strike pitch. Now it is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. 9th inning. Tribe 5, Red Sox 4. most on their feet here in Progressive Field. Rafael Devers, awfully good hitter against left-handed pitching. He really hangs in there. Batting .282 against lefties. Now the pitch. Down and away, a slider, and now the string is out. Wow. You are in a precarious spot now. And what does Alex Cora do? Does Mookie Betts run on the 3-2 pitch? Does he stay put? Full count on Devers. The set. The payoff, runner stays, the swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball in. Oh, is that big? Oh, my. Brad Hand probably got Devers looking slider away and threw the fastball up and in and struck him out. That's some big-time pitching there by Brad Hand. And that is out number 2, strikeout number 1. And now it's up to Xander Bogaerts as Roberto Perez heads to the mound. And Xander Bogaerts, for whatever it means, 0 for 3 lifetime against Brad Hand. And quite frankly, it doesn't mean much when it's that small a sample size. So, it's still 5-4 Indians. Runners still at first in the 9th for Boston, but now there are 2 men out. And Brad Hand, who never seems to have any issue with his heart rate. This guy, if the heart is beating wild, he's the best at masking it because he's just always got that very calm, I'm in control demeanor. It's a great personality trait to have. Not many are blessed with it. The set and the pitch to Bogaerts. And the slugging shortstop drives one to deep right center. Naquin's back, track at the wall, leaps, ball off the wall. Hitting third, coming home is Betts. This game will be tied on an RBI double off the wall in right center by Xander Bogaerts. And for the second day in a row, Brad Hand suffers a blown save. Oh, Naquin almost made another great leaping catch. But finally, the Red Sox get rewarded for another hard-hit ball. And Naquin looked like he may have even gotten a glove on that. Now the Indians will intentionally walk J.D. Martinez. And it'll be left on left as Andrew Benintendi will be the hitter. Well, the walk to Betts was big because that enabled Bogaerts to tie the game with a double. And Bogaerts with his 40th double and 88th RBI. And now runners at first and second with 2 down. And left on left is Andrew Benintendi is the hitter. He has doubled, singled, and walked 2 for 3. Hand is ready. The pitch. It's swung on and missed, strike 1. Now, Boston's been threatening all night long. They've scored 5 runs, but they have had countless rockets caught. But not that time. The 0-1 pitch. There goes Bogaerts. The pitch is swung on and missed. No throw. Count 0-2 on Benintendi. Bogaerts gets his 4th steal. So now Red Sox at the corners with 2 down. that becomes an important steal if Hand would spike a slider and it got away from Perez. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, nice sliding block to his left by Perez. And right there could have been that pitch that got away that costs you the game. Game tied at 5. Runners at the corners, 2 down in the 9th. Now, second day in a row now, Brad Hand has given up the lead, but now has to find a way to keep the game tied. The 1-2 pitch. Checked on a slider in the dirt. Ball 2-2-2. Benintendi with 35 doubles. Tonight, a double, a single, a walk. Who's had 19 RBIs in his last 21 games and is hitting close to 400 in his last 21 games. Andrew Benintendi, left on left, 2 down, game now tied. Red Sox at the corners. The set, the pitch. Swung on, hit a ton, deep right center. Back goes Naquin on the track, makes the catch. Well, the Indians have had 5 walk-off wins. Now they're tied 5-5 here in the bottom of the 9th. The Indians have had 3 walk-off homers. Carlos Santana against Toronto's Joe Biagini on April 5th. Jose Ramirez off Kelvin Herrera and the White Sox on May 8th. And Jason Kipnis off Willie Peralta and Kansas City on June 24th. Carlos Santana, he'll lead it off batting left-handed against the guy that never gives up a hit, Marcus Walden. The pitch. Down and in, ball 1. Walden got the double play ball to end the 8th. Big run in the 7th inning. The Indians didn't get in. They had a runner at third, 1 out. Now the game tied at 5 here in the bottom of the 9th. Marcus Walden now. Third to work for the Red Sox. The pitch is a strike to even the count. Walden has now not given up a base hit to the last 31 batters he has faced. Shift to the right. Outfielders fairly deep, straight up. The pitch. Down and in. Well, Santana didn't walk it off yesterday, but the game-winning grand slam in the 10th. Hometown crowd hoping there's something to celebrate soon. The Indians had a 5-1 lead, and the Red Sox have just not gone away. Santana and the hitters count. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Swing and a foul off to the right. 2-2. Santana has walked and scored, singled and scored, popped up and singled. 2 for 3. No better time than right now to get his 200th career home run as a Cleveland Indian. Walden's ready, hands at the belt, and the 2-2. Swung on, drill, deep left center field. This ball is off the wall or gone. It is gone! He's done it! Career home run number 200! A walk-off game winner for Santana! And the Indians, incredibly, have won again 6-5. A line shot that just did clear the 19-foot wall in left center. Marcus Walden had not given up a base hit to the last 31 hitters that he faced. And Santana says the heck with a base hit. A walk-off solo homer to left center. And the Indians are a winner for the 6th time in walk-off fashion. Their 4th walk-off game-winning homer. The 2nd by Carlos Santana. Unbelievable. He wins it with a 10th inning grand slam yesterday. He wins it tonight with a laser just over the 19-foot wall in left center. His career home run number 200 as an Indian. And the Indians have beaten the Red Sox 6-5 and are alone in first place for the first time since April 20th. We'll be right back.